Good evening, viewers. My name is Pretzle, and today we're playing Sid Meier's Civilization 4 Beyond the Sword. This is my first Let's Play, at least first one in a very long time. The older ones you don't get to see. They're listed as private on my YouTube channel and will never be released again. Because they're embarrassing things from my teenage years. Moving swiftly on, Civ 4. It's been a little while since I played this, so I'm going to be playing a particular strategy, fairly easy one, on Monarch. I say strategy, I'll be going for a particular wonder and then seeing how the game plays out, basically. That said, let's set up a particular map type, playing as Roosevelt of the American Empire. Archipelago, i.e. lots of islands, low sea level, snaky continents to have as much landmass as you possibly can on that. This tends to lead to landmasses that are just one landmass for the entire map. It doesn't always, more often than not it doesn't in fact, from what I've noticed, but it's fairly unpredictable whilst still remaining fairly balanced, which I like. Balanced resources because standard resource distribution is dumb. No vessel states because on higher difficulties those are a double-edged sword and I'm not a huge fan of that. I'll explain more later, I guess. Goodie huts and random events I've turned off because I dislike the random nature of them. Time victory I've turned off because I don't want the game to just arbitrarily stop at turn 500. With that all said and done, let's go. Launch. The year is 4000 BC. Blah blah blah. Roosevelt of the American Empire, industrious, so he gets plus 50% production on his wonders, as well as double production speed of forges, an incredibly useful economic trait. Organised. Let's double check that. Organised has reduced civic upkeep, which is vital. Well, not vital, otherwise you wouldn't be able to play as other leaders. But it is an incredibly useful money-saving civic trait, because that means you can switch into a civic without incurring its full cost, as you would with other leaders, obviously. That's what, yeah. Saves you money over the course of the game, which is very handy. Double production speed of 3 very useful economic buildings. So, Roosevelt Economic Powerhouse. Starts with 2 foodie techs, so fishing and agriculture. That means you can tech animal husbandry at the start, which is useful if that's what you get. But it means that whatever you do, you can start by building a workboat, and every other food resource is only 1 tech away, which is nice. Unique unit and unique building are somewhat lackluster. The mall's nice, Navy SEAL's rather lacking. Amphibious is nice, first strikes are nice, but there are far better unique units. Mall, the extra wealth is handy, but it comes very late in the game. Hit musicals, hit singles, and hit movies are dependent on you building building a wonder, or getting trading for the bonus resource that wonder provides you. The wonders in this case being Broadway, rock and roll, and Hollywood. As said, very late game, but obviously quite nice regardless. So let's go. Lovely error message up there. Resource bubbles are already turned on. This is alright. I start with food. There's a lot I don't know on this start. Very tempting to move up one, like the game seems to recommend, because settling on a plains hill is good. Because that means your city site gets 2 hammers inherently, rather than just the one you get by default by settling on any other tile. So if there's a food resource there in that tile, I'm going to be kicking myself, because odds are I won't be able to claim that if I don't move one north. See, I can't get any extra line of sight with this warrior. Not north anyway, which is where I need it. I can move him one west, I suppose. That's as good as I can do. Moving him one north just puts him on the same tile as the settler. So I may as well move him... Oh. Oh, yeah, because those obstruct sight, don't they? Derp. Yeah, okay. It's been a little while. My micro is not as good as it once was. Regardless, moving one north... that grass, that flat grass could be food. Is that a tile? Yeah, it is. Most likely flat grass. I'd expect that's what it is. It looks small because it's behind the two hills. That forested grass hill would also be nice to have immediate access to. But I don't know exactly what else I'm getting. That I don't think has any food in it. From memory, food doesn't show up on this. No, it does, yeah. Food, the bonus resources do show up on that. You know what, screw it, just one north. And I get rice in my ring. Good job. Well done, Pretzle. Alright, 2-turn city, that means I can go worker first, then workboat, which is more ideal. Let's... Oh. Oops. I accidentally hit the spacebar starting the new turn. Game once again recommends I settle on a different tile. I'm not going to delay it any longer. I'm just going to settle here, and that'll be why it recommended I settle there. Worker first. I'd expect that would make a nice city site, but we'll see. Maybe that. Regardless, settling in place at this point does seem silly, although there's probably a metal on this hill, which is also unfortunate. I don't think you can start on a hidden resource. Again, from memory. It's been a little while. So, with the worker being built, we need to tech, and looking at this, I'm very much inclined to get bronze working. It's not vital that I do, but I don't need animal husbandry for a little while. I don't need to confirm the presence of horses anywhere. Mining, thus bronze working, allows my worker to do more things straight off. Hunting, not that useful straight away, with no deer or elephants around. Sailing to get a lighthouse is something I'm going to want to do eventually, but not straight off. Same with the wheel, something I'm going to want eventually, but not straight away. Mysticism doesn't matter in the short term. So let's just go mining and then queue up bronze working. That seems like a good way to go. There's not a whole lot of forest around, purely by virtue of this being an archipelago with low sea level. But let's just get things going here. Borders of Washington are about to expand. Okay, right, that confirms that I'm settling there, unless that is more appealing. Otherwise I'm not going to be able to get access to this fish without settling on the cow. There are only 3 cities I can settle, unless there's something over here that can get access to that fish, and I want access to that fish. So, no, that doesn't do anything. Alright, oh well. Okay, what are you working? Working the 3 food rice tile. That is dry rice, that's not the most appealing food tile. But at least I have 2 food resources, and given the lack of anything else, I probably have some hidden resources somewhere. I'd expect copper, Copper I'd expect on the flats, iron maybe on the hills. There's no basis to that whatsoever, that's just a guess. Oh, didn't even think of that. That there might be land there. That's nice, a little bit far away from my city. That would be a better bet. Although that puts me in the midst of jungle, which is not ideal at the start. I need to go further up to confirm whether I want to settle there or not. Because I'm not opposed to settling cities very close together, but that's a bit more overlap than I'd like. Mining, huzzah.
The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones.
Okay, this is not very desirable. I'm going to need to get iron working straight away. Okay, sugar, sugar, honey, honey. More sugar. Okay, rice. Yeah, this is ick. I am in dire need of iron working. That's not nice. Move you up there, farm. That was the whole point of building the worker. Then I'll get him to mine that hill, I think. Mining a grass hill is nice. Workboat for that clam, obviously. Next turn. Okay, lots of sugar up here. I will be exporting that unless I can find something else to do with vast quantities of sugar, which I don't think I can. And there are the barbarians. Great. Okay, now I do get a bonus by virtue of being there. Let's move up onto the hill, and fuck you. Alright, hopefully there's some land over there that I can settle on to claim the fish, because I don't really want to settle on a farmable resource to get food. Not to just for the sake of getting the fish. That said, that would be more efficient than not claiming the fish. That said, that's in the outer ring, so I'd need cultural expansion to get there. I might be overthinking that, but it's Monarch difficulty, it's all about the micro. No, that's Deity, which I daren't play. Alright, so that fish is, at least in the short term, not claimable, unless I settle there, which I will do, eventually. But I should add, since this is not a default feature in the game, Alt-X brings up this when using the bug mod, Beyond the Sword Unaltered Gameplay. That's a mod that improves the interface. I'd expect if you are playing Civ 4, you are aware of this, because most people who still play it would use that. That, I should add, is what's giving me the extra plus and minus buttons up here, which instantly take me from 0 to 100. And I believe that also tells me Ancient Era up here. As well as what this is, which is bug options, get out of that. And what the Great Person bar up here is doing. Although obviously with no wonders or specialists, I'm not earning Great Person points.
It is entirely seemly.
Okay, slavery, I don't need that right away.
Lie mangled by the bronze steel.
Sailing is my next thing, so I can build a lighthouse. Oh, I was wrong. No bronze, no copper. Copper up there though. Let's go there, I think. Good thing I didn't choose to settle there. Now, how many hammers would this get versus that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hills, couple of riverside tiles. I don't know. I'd probably cottage those for that city, so I can get the wealth from everything else. Heh. This is a weird start, I must say. A little bit of overlap is not a bad thing, by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, it can be good to get the resources shared. I think this is what I'm going with, so that desert tile isn't wasted. These hills down here aren't wasted. And I'll settle one down there as well. That might be a bit later game, though, I don't know. We'll see. Depends if anything shows up on that hill or not. Or that hill, I guess. Ideally that hill. I mean, Riverside, Grass Hill. One food, one production, one commerce. That's quite nice at the start. Let's... What do we do now? Don't need another worker straight away. Another warrior would be handy. Especially since this one's probably about to die.
Awaiting your orders.
Nope, I can save it. It's still its turn. Right, we want to get to... 75%. That would give me favourable odds against the bear. Let's sit there. That gets me a lot of map knowledge. Okay. Handy. Plains cow. That could be nice in tandem with something else. Right, but... short term... yeah, warrior is going to have to be, I think. Until I can get access to a lighthouse. Which I don't think is what I should be doing. I should be going towards a granary. My capital? No. No, yeah, let's work towards the lighthouse. Get sailing. Get that workboat going. Get another workboat so I can explore coastally. Well, we'll see. We'll see if my warrior survives this turn, which it does not. Okay, warrior first. Control to stick it at the top of my queue. Workboat there. Get the food going. Warrior, workboat maybe. Nah, the workboat is not a priority. I need to get a settler going. Let's get 2 warriors out and a settler. 2 warriors out, worker, settler. How quickly am I going to grow? Fairly quickly, I think. Chop, then mine. Shift to queue tasks for the worker. Chopping forests instantly gets hammers for the city. Those are more useful earlier in the game than later. Although they are most useful the second you get mathematics, which gives a production boost to chopping forests. So... 2 warriors, then a worker, then a settler. That allows me to grow to 4 before I stop growing, which is useful for me for various reasons. Population, since it was not immediately obvious to me first time I played the game. You by default work your city tile. So for me that's 2 food, 2 production, 1 commerce. I should probably go through tile yields first. Food grows your city, increasing your population so you can work more tiles. Production, the number of hammers, means you produce things faster, or at all, really. If you don't have hammers, you don't produce anything. Commerce is how quickly you research things, or if you have your research slider turned down, how quickly you build up your treasury. Commerce goes through multipliers and then goes through this filter up here, basically. You grow your city. It is 20 per population. Yeah, it is 20 food plus the number of population you have times 2 to grow a city. That's how much food you need. You build up food over time, and having a granary instantly gets you halfway through. No, that's not quite right. Halfway through -1. because you save 50% of this, so you'd start with 13 on the next lot, for which you need 28. Yeah. So from each tile, each population can either work a tile or be a specialist. If you don't have any specialists available, you pick those up by specialist slots with either civics or buildings. Then they automatically go to citizens, which just give +1 hammer. Otherwise, they will work tiles. In this instance, the 2 food tiles plus the mine. And that's where I'll leave that, because I am quite clearly forgetting how effectively that works. Right, so build another warrior. Then gonna turn in on a barracks, because I will want one eventually. The hammers will probably expire before I get around to building it, but I'd rather grow first before I build a worker. Hammers do expire over time, it's weird. Right, so you go there, you go there, you stay within borders. Barracks, then switch to the worker. After sailing, I'm going to want the wheel, and should have worked that one out better. No, I should still get animal husbandry in time. No, I won't. Alas. That was a poor set of moves then. I should not have gone for sailing so soon. Right, you sit there. That works for me. And you go up that way, I think. It's probably the most effective. Because I want to plan for that city. I need to plan as far ahead as possible. Alright, so sailing, animal husbandry, wheel. That's what I need to do. Let's throw down some, or chop down some more forests. I think I have screwed up the order slightly on this.
You can't direct the wind,
my buildings.
but you can
Alas,
adjust
no
the
matter.
sails.
So that's sailing. That allows me to build lighthouse and a galley, as well as trade along coastlines and rivers. Outside my cultural borders, as long as I can see the entirety of the route. So before we build a settler or a barracks, I want to build a lighthouse using these hammers.
What's the plan?
Probably would be more efficient to do otherwise, but I don't care at this point. Lighthouse, 1 turn. That gets me more food from this tile. And is there overflow? Yep, there are still 20 hammers overflow that goes into that settler. So that is a huge deal. I should have added since I didn't say beforehand.
Your orders. Awaiting your orders. What do you need?
But let's build a farm there to eventually irrigate that rice. I think every other tile on here I'll focus on production. Sorry, I was saying, when you're building a worker or a settler, instead of going towards population growth, the food goes towards production of the worker or settler. Same is not true for a workboat, even though it serves a similar role. Therefore, getting a lighthouse done in 1 turn increases how quickly the settler gets produced. Don't know how much of an improvement that makes. I didn't plan that much because I'm commentating, but whatever. Don't care. That's poor show. Never mind. Let's Surprised I haven't met anyone yet. I suppose it's because I'm not exploring with the workboats. Alright, this is looking ideal. I research animal husbandry on the same... not quite. Because I chopped the forest and I didn't take that into account. Is that the best you can do? Clearly. Okay.
Yes?
Uh...
Oh, present and accounted for.
Huh. Okay, I guess you're done. Alright. End turn. Well, regardless, I won't get there in a single turn. Nor will I get an opportunity to build that before then. So let's move you there, chop you down. That's probably a mistake, actually. No, no it isn't. No, that's fine. Oof. Let's move you there. The reason I interrupted his movement there, even though he has 2 movement points, is because if there were a thing here, I wouldn't have been able to move back and save the worker. Which is something that was vital for me to do. And hello, lion. Right, end turn. Now we have this settler built. And he is going to go there, as I've marked out.
Yes?
After that, I will have this worker build a pasture with my new animal husbandry technology. And, yeah, there's that. But that is for the next episode, on which I shall talk slavery, second cities, and probably wonders. So thank you for sticking with me. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, feel free to stick around for more, and in the meantime, enjoy the music and don't forget to be awesome.